are going to find out the internal resistance of a cell using potentiometer. So to perform this experiment we need a cell. Here we are using Lackland cell, resistance box, battery, galvanometer. This is our rheostat, jockey, plug key and potentiometer. So here we can see the circuit diagram. Two terminals are there in the potentiometer, terminal A and terminal B. So here we have two terminals, terminal A and this is our terminal B. So from terminal A, three connections we have made. One connection is going to battery positive. So here you can see this is our battery. So battery positive terminal is going to the terminal A. Another is the cell positive, Lackland cell positive terminal is going to terminal A. So this is our Lackland cell. The cell positive terminal is connected to terminal A. And the resistance box, one end of the resistance box, this is also connected to terminal A. So this is our resistance box and one end of the resistance box I have connected to terminal A. So here you can see three connections we have made from terminal A. Again I am repeating, three connections we have made from terminal A. One is connected to positive terminal of Lackland cell, one is connected to the resistance box and third is connected to the positive terminal of battery eliminator. Now the negative terminal of battery, this is connected to rheostat. So this is the negative terminal of the battery. Negative terminal is connected to the rheostat. This is the lower end of the rheostat. And the upper end of the rheostat, this is connected to key. So this is the upper end of the rheostat. Here you can see this is connected to our key. Okay. And another end of the key, this is connected to terminal B. So another end is this one. So this wire is going to terminal B. So this is our terminal B, this is terminal A. Okay. Then the negative terminal of Lackland cell is connected to galvanometer. So negative terminal of Lackland cell, this is the negative terminal and this wire is connected to the positive terminal of galvanometer. Okay. And the negative terminal of galvanometer is connected to the jockey. So this is a negative terminal and this is connected to our jockey. Okay. And resistance box, another end of the resistance box is connected to key 2. So another end, this end is connected to our terminal A and this is the another end of the resistance box. This is connected to our plug key. And another end of the key is connected to positive end of the galvanometer. So we have made two connections from the positive end of the galvanometer, that is plug key, and second connection is to the negative terminal of the Lackland cell. So three connections from terminal A and there are two connections from positive end of the galvanometer. One connection is going to the negative end of the Lackland cell and one connection is going to the key. So the resistance box, here you can see that resistance box is getting parallelly connected to the Lackland cell. It is connected parallelly with our cell, that is Lackland cell. So hope this circuit diagram is clear to all of you. Now we will perform the experiment and we will take the reading. Our key 1 will be always in closed circuit, and in the circuit diagram we can see that if we open this key, then our resistance box will be in open circuit and our cell will be in closed circuit. That means if we take out this key, then our resistance box is out of the circuit, because resistance box is connected parallelly with our Lackland cell. So now I have taken out this key and my resistance box is not in the circuit. Now I will measure the balancing length. So what is the balancing length? It is the length where the galvanometer will show the zero deflection. So first I will check that whether my circuit is correct or not. Our galvanometer is showing right side deflection, and now I will touch it to the terminal Q. This is showing left side deflection. So it is showing both side deflections. That means our circuit is correct. Now we will find out the balancing length L1. That is, our galvanometer should show zero deflection. So for that, I'll slide my jockey from terminal P to terminal Q. So here I am sliding my jockey from terminal P to terminal Q, and see my galvanometer is deflecting. Yes, this is the null point. Galvanometer is showing zero deflection. So this is 1.78 meter. So L1 is 178 centimeter or 1.78 meter. So our L1 is 1.78 meter or 178 centimeter. I'll put back this key, and now our resistance box and Lakeland cell, these two are connected parallelly. So now I will try to find out the L2. So for that I am giving this circuit 2 ohm resistance. So now again I will try to find out L2. So for that again I am sliding my jockey from P to Q, and now galvanometer is showing zero deflection at 70 centimeter. So our L2 is 70 centimeter when I am using 2 ohm resistance. So our shunt resistance is 2 ohm. Again I am giving it 4 ohm resistance. So for 4 ohm my L2 will be, see our galvanometer is deflecting and now it's in zero deflection. So our L2 is 61. This is 61 centimeter. So for 4 ohm shunt resistance our L2 is 61 centimeter. So now we are taking the third reading. Now we are using 3 ohm resistance. So for that again I will find out my L2. That is, my galvanometer is deflecting again, and here is the null point. That is 65. So now we can find out the internal resistance using this formula. And for our L1 is 1.78 meter, and for that when I am giving 2 ohm shunt resistance, our L2 is 70 centimeter, that is 0.70 meter. So for that our internal resistance is coming 3.08 ohm. When I am giving the circuit 4 ohm shunt resistance, then our L2 is 61 centimeter, that is 0.61 meter, and for that our internal resistance is 7.67 ohm for 4 ohm, and again I am giving it 3 ohm shunt resistance. For that my L2 is 65 centimeter and internal resistance is coming 5.21 ohm. So that means our internal resistance of the cell is varying from 3.08 ohm to 7.67 ohm.